Right now we're working on making the exhaust.
That's some tough rust, man.
Got the original Kazuma muffler. I'm gonna put that on there and make it kind of quiet and be kind of stock, but yeah, I can't wait to drive this thing. I'm gonna zip tie this cable right here so it stays out of the way for the most part, comes around and goes right into the carb. Gas tank clears the carb nicely. It's a little half gallon. I think it's a half gallon. It's gonna be freaking sweet. Alright, working on making the exhaust here. Welding up a exhaust pipe of all different sorts of weird little angles, and you can see it comes out the motor, goes to here, then it takes a sharp angle, then it comes around, does this little curvature, and
it's not gonna be pretty.
Nah, it's never gonna be pretty. This quad's not pretty. It's just gonna haul ass. But yeah, it's gonna be freaking insane. Once we're done with the engine and everything, we're gonna do some frame structure, strengthen it up some, because we could notice some places where it's bent, like our steering up front. Actually, it's this whole piece of tubing here for the front. Freaking thing uses a like a tractor steering kind of setup, like it or the pivoting up front. Looks like a lawnmower. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna put it on the ground, pull these stupid little dinky shocks out because they don't really do nothing. We're gonna put weld a straight rod in either end here after we bend this tubing back straight, so this way our wheels don't bow out so much. They don't camber out, and that'll fix that problem. Then for the frame here, so we don't have so much seat to undercarriage flex, we're gonna weld a piece of piping from here up to somewhere up in there. After the upper half of the frame, that'll give it some strength and keep it from bending down so much, because like if some idiot hits a jump, I mean, this here's bent just from us kickstarting the old motor. This is actually bent down a little bit, so I need to put something across here to give it some strength too. There's just a few little minor things to strengthen it up, but all in all, the spindles are actually pretty thick, and the rear axle is obnoxious. Like, it's thicker than the original axle on the Kazuma, and it's just a little weeny thing, so we shouldn't have a problem with this axle breaking or nothing. The bearings in it, it uses regular size four-wheeler bearings like on a regular size ATV. They're not miniature with the size of the quad. They're their own size, so yeah, it's pretty cool. And we're gonna have this thing up and going pretty soon. Alright, we've got the exhaust done. We're thinking about welding that right there, but for the most part this pipe slips inside of there pretty snug. It's actually got another circle inside of there that pipe slides into, so it's kind of tight in there. We'll find out if it leaks or not, and if it does, we'll weld it. But all in all, the exhaust is done. We just did our wiring. We haven't put a solenoid in yet, but we're pretty sure that if we jump the starter motor and have the ignition on, that it should start up and run. And we're going to give it a test drive tomorrow. But all the wiring in it's done. It's about 12:45, 12:50 or so. I don't know. It's getting up there.
Let's put the seat on.
Yeah, Billy's got the seat here.
Yes.
Got a nice big fat motor. Look how much clearance we got between the steering shaft and the head here. I can just get a good view in there. Yeah. This right here is the valve cover, and you can see the steering shaft. It just clears it by about 1/8 of an inch. So that's pretty tight. Got the stock Kazuma muffler bolted on there. Got a good battery. I'm just gotta find a good place to put it. Which, by the way, I use in all my machines. I use actual 12-volt scooter batteries because they're deep cycle and they'll last a good long while. You can run your headlight for a gracious plenty of time without the engine running, and gives your coil plenty of amperage, so your stator doesn't have to work as hard. But yeah, new motor's in. I gotta put the other plastic footstep on the other side. Like this one's on this side. I gotta put the other one on this side. Haven't done that yet, but all in all, it's virtually done. We're gonna drill this little mount out right here so we can put our key ignition in there. So we'll have our key right there in the center. We're gonna hook up our starter, so we have a start button right there, so we go doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, start it up. Gas tank's welded up. Got our breather line for the crankcase breather. That goes all the way back under the seat. Stay out of trouble. And definitely is a huge size difference between the old motor and this one. That's mostly motor now. The daggum four-wheeler's not much bigger than the engine. The engine's like half the size of the four-wheeler. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's gonna be a fun little ride. Yep. Get video of it running tomorrow. See ya.